Hello, hello. Can anyone hear me? Put a 5 in the chat if you guys can hear me. So what I will be showing you guys today are some videos of the flashlight incident that happened when Sebastian Rogers went missing. So I'm going to share my screen and then we're going to get started.
Stop taking meeting notes.
For 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers, who's been missing for 18 days. An exclusive look at new video evidence. Thanks for joining us here at 6. I'm Rory Johnson.
And I'm Hunter Hoagland. A lot to get to here tonight. Authorities have scrutinized home security video from that Hendersonville neighborhood, trying to learn what happened to that teen with autism.
Now, you can take a look for yourself. Our Nick Barris obtained video that appears to show two people near Sebastian's home the night his parents say he disappeared.
The video you're about to see is from early Monday morning, February 26th, around 3:10 a.m. Now, there are no street lights in the Stafford Court neighborhood, so it is at night, pitch black. What you will see here are these 2 points of light, believed to be people with flashlights in the area around Sebastian Rogers' Hendersonville home. It is believed Sebastian left his home barefoot and with a flashlight sometime overnight. Since his disappearance, authorities have reviewed security video from homes in the neighborhood looking for clues.
We have had several clips that have come in.
And this one is getting the most attention, showing signs of activity around Sebastian's home the night he disappeared. You see 2 light sources, which we've circled to help you follow. For point of reference, the security camera was pointed toward the back of Sebastian's home in a common area. In the video, you see subject 1 with a light source in the lower right-hand corner. Then you see subject 2 briefly appear and move toward the first before that light source is covered or obscured by bushes. Subject 1, a few seconds later, then moves out of frame. Then subject 2 reappears and follows subject 1 off screen. It's a short time later, and it's very vague, but then you see one of the subjects moving quickly back through the common area, and that is it. I know, there's not much to see here. You certainly cannot identify anyone, but those close to the investigation tell me the mere fact that there is now evidence that someone is in the area around Sebastian's home is significant. This video shows suspicious activity in the immediate area the night Sebastian disappeared. Could one of these subjects have been Sebastian? Did he meet and leave with someone? Sebastian's father says his son would not go with a stranger.
It's up in the air for me because I don't think he would get into a vehicle with somebody unless he knew them.
So what exactly are we seeing here? I know investigators are doing what they can to try enhancing the video for any more clues. For now, this video is now part of the Sebastian Rogers missing person file, and I'm told it could become more significant depending on where the ongoing investigation leads. We'll be following that. Nick Barris, News Channel 5.
Thanks, Nick. Of course, the search for Sebastian continues, with detectives now looking into any possibility of foul play. If you think you can help, call 1-800-TBI-FIND.
Navigate.
So what's weird is that the flashlights that they noticed in near the house, which I'm going to explain afterwards, what the lights actually were. So we're going to look at some more videos. So here we go.
I bet you he did it.
No, he's way too pretty.
I think he did it.
You know what the true crime is?
Hello, everyone. We are now going. Coverage on Sebastian's case because it'll make this one make a lot more sense. But today we're going to continue to spread the word on Sebastian's disappearance and talk about some new information that has come out. First off, let's talk about Seth Rogers, Sebastian's father. It turns out that Seth actually works for the Davidson County Sheriff's Office, and he's been doing everything he can to spread the word on his son Sebastian's disappearance. And he's been doing interviews with everyone from the traditional media to podcasters and YouTubers. And I recently seen him reveal on a YouTube channel called The Pascal Show that search dogs led investigators from Sebastian's home to a construction site nearby. And that is where the scent ends. After that, it just disappears. Now, I haven't seen it specified where this construction site was. However, when I do go on Google Maps, as you can see on the screen here, right on the other side of Sebastian's neighborhood is a new development that's being built as of 2023 on Google Maps. And it does look like a possible construction site, as you can see. So if this is the said construction site, that means that the scent dogs did not lead very far away from Sebastian's home. It's also been reported by the family that Sebastian left the home without shoes on. However, Seth has been very adamant that Sebastian would never leave the house without shoes on after he was.
And also, with me sharing these videos, I'm dropping the links in the chat for fair use. As long as I'm dropping the links in the chat, I believe that's fair use. So we're going to keep on watching these videos to see what else we can find.
Traumatized from stepping barefoot on a fire ant mound.
Want to add a little extra herb tonight?
No. For moderation tips, go to cannabissense.ca.
And he decided that he wanted to step into a mound of what he thought was dirt. And it was fire ants. And since then, it's always been, doesn't like to get his feet in the dirt. He likes to have his socks and shoes on.
So that begs the question if Sebastian did leave on his own free will. That means he left the home without shoes on, which is completely out of character from him, let alone the fact that him running away was also completely out of character for him. And then he would have wandered about a block away to a construction site and then just vanished. It's very strange. What's also very strange about Sebastian's disappearance is very early on in it, police were searching a landfill, which if they just thought he was missing, why would they be searching a landfill? Well, it turns out that this landfill that police were searching is actually the landfill that police believe that trash would have been taken from Sebastian's neighborhood on the morning he disappeared, which would lead anyone to think that police are wondering if Sebastian was possibly killed, put into the trash cans, and then trash was taken to the landfill. However, as far as I've seen, nothing has been found at this landfill. And as we also know, police, after the 2-week mark, pretty much dispersed all of their search efforts, and the cases took a turn to possibly being something else happened to Sebastian than him just running away. Now we also have some brand new video, because we've all been sitting here wondering, why was there no scent found? Why is there no video footage? This neighborhood is a decent area. People most likely have some kind of security cameras or ring doorbells or something in this area. And we finally do have something. And that is because security video of the night Sebastian disappeared has now been released. And as far as I've seen, there are also other videos that police are still going through that haven't been released yet. Now, the video that has been released is very dark. It's the middle of the night, it looks like, and you can see two lights. It's thought that these two lights are flashlights in the dark. For the information we do have, this video is captured around 3 a.m. the night that Sebastian vanished. So I'm going to play for you this news footage now.
And this morning, a surprising new development in the case. Security camera video from the night the teen disappeared. Good morning, everybody. I'm Amy Watson. Nick Barris joins me now here in studio. And Nick, we've all been following this. You do have an update, an exclusive update, including a look at this new video. So what is?
And also, with the flashlight theory, even if it was a flashlight, it still would have been picked up on camera if anyone, something would have easily been picked up on video camera, which it hasn't been picked up. And February 26th will be 2 years since Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers has been missing.
Is showing us?
I can tell you, Amy, right now, this is raising a lot of questions, all right? As we know, authorities collected security video from homes in the neighborhood looking for clues. Now, the brief video clip here you are about to see shows two lights moving overnight in an area around Sebastian's home. Not much to look at here, but look closely here. I've highlighted the lights, which investigators believe are being carried by two people. Now, the video is from around 3:10 Monday morning, February 26th, the night Sebastian disappeared. Now, as there is not much to see here in that pitch black, other than those two specks of light moving around near Sebastian's home. Now, the video is significant because it shows activity there the night the boy vanished. This very brief video clip appears to show two individuals with lights walking in what may be a common area behind the homes. One light suddenly goes out. The other one is obscured, okay, or it is obscured a bit. The other one stays put, someone just sitting there waiting. Now, I can tell you right now, there is significantly more video that I've obtained, and I'm still in the process of reviewing it all, and it does show more than you just saw there. And I will have the full video in an exclusive story tonight on News Channel 5 at 6. That's just a little bit of it as we sift through it.
And miraculous that they could make out that was something in the dark of the night there. So do authorities already have a copy of this video as well?
They're still in the process of vetting it as well. Yes, they do. Now, they can't identify anyone from it, but this may be the only video found so far showing any type of activity in the neighborhood the night Sebastian disappeared. Now, for now, sources are telling me it's hard to say exactly what this video means, but it is now in the case file, and you have to understand could become much more significant depending on where the investigation leads.
Now, if you remember from the last video, we talked about the narrative that Sebastian's stepfather's sister posted on Facebook talking about how Sebastian left the house with a flashlight. But the flashlight thing was something that really bothered me. How did they know he left with the flashlight? Did they just have like a specific flashlight sitting by the front door and it just wasn't there in the morning? We don't really have much information on that. And as we've seen so far, there seems to really be footage of Sebastian leaving the home. All we have now is this dark video with these two lights that are speculated to be flashlights. But then that begs the question, if Sebastian ran off on his own, why are there two lights? Why would there be two flashlights in the dark? If someone did kidnap him, why would they be shining around flashlights and attracting attention to themselves? It just doesn't make sense. And it's actually bringing up a lot of speculation towards the family and making people question, did they bring up this narrative about the flashlights and Sebastian taking a flashlight because they maybe thought eventually some footage would come out of some flashlights being, flashed around in the dark? And so they needed to cover all their bases by saying, oh, well, Sebastian took a flashlight. So that's why there would be some flashlights on camera footage. Kind of a cover story, if you will. Now, I'm not saying, of course, that the mother, Katie, and the stepfather had anything to do with it. As far as we know, the stepfather was like 3 hours away in Memphis, Tennessee. But this case as a whole is just very strange, and it's just not lining up for me. Speaking of the stepfather, let's talk about Chris Proudfoot for a moment. There have been recent allegations that Chris's ex-wife has actually filed DV charges, as well as an emergency motion for temporary custody of a minor child against him out of New Mexico. But as I said, Chris was thought to be about 3 hours away in Memphis, Tennessee, the night that Sebastian disappeared. So if that is true, it's not possible that he did something to Sebastian that night. What I do find find odd though is that Chris and Katie never attended Sebastian's vigil. I've seen a lot of people saying maybe the police have advised them, to stay in their home, to not speak out. But if your child is missing, why are you not attending their vigil? I have covered and looked into so many missing children's cases, and the parents are usually the ones holding the vigils. They're usually the ones, that are making the big appearance there, trying to spread the word on their child being missing. So why didn't they attend their own child's vigil if that's the case? Why hasn't Chris or Katie posted on their social media about Sebastian's disappearance? Why aren't they trying to spread the word? And again, I've seen people speculate maybe police have told them to stay quiet. However, if my child was missing, I would tell the police, to go fuck themselves, for a lack of better words. And I would be posting on every single social media that I could find, having anyone I knew posting and speaking on social media about my child being missing, trying to spread the word, trying to share their missing persons flyer, to hope that it would spread far enough that someone out there who knows something would come forward. And that is exactly what Seth has been doing. Yet for some reason, Sebastian's own mother and his stepfather, some of the people to last see him alive, are not.
See, the thing is, so Sebastian's biological father, Seth Rogers, has been going out every single day. Doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if he's losing sleep over this. He's searching. He's going out and searching, but and it's taking a toll on him. He's tired. He's it's not good for his health, but at the same time he wants to find his son. And then for Sebastian's mom and his stepdad, KP and CP, it's like they're sitting on their, sorry for my language, but it feels, in my opinion, it feels like they're sitting on their asses and don't care.
Saying anything. They're not doing anything. And in my opinion, that is a little weird. I understand everyone reacts differently to grief, to trauma, to, something as shocking as your child going missing. However, why is his father shouting it from the rooftops, and why are they staying silent?
Skyscanner puts a smile on my face. All the best travel sites in one place.
Hey, me. Let's stick to our budget. We're always here for us.
It's weird to me. It really is. It really rubs me the wrong way. On top of that, if these charges that are being pressed against Chris out of New Mexico are true, DV charges and the mother of his previous relationship trying to get, emergency custody, those are some serious charges. What's to say that he didn't carry that into his new relationship? Just speculation on my part. On top of all of this, according to Seth, when the new school year was going to be over, Sebastian was meant to move in full time with him. So Sebastian didn't run off on his own. Could that be a factor to why he went missing? What really gets me with this case is police have done absolutely everything to try to find Sebastian, and yet there has been zero evidence found. Police held the command center at the local firehouse, which was right by Sebastian's home and school, for more than a week. Police swarmed the area immediately. They had helicopters, drones, scent dogs, horses, dive teams, search teams combing the area. They went door to door to neighbors, and yet not one piece of evidence has been found to lead them to what happened to Sebastian or where he ran off to if he did leave on his own free will. Again, Seth says Sebastian would never leave home without his shoes. Yet, allegedly, he left home without his shoes. Why were there two alleged flashlights shining in the dark that night? None of it makes sense. Not one bit of it. Let's continue the conversation down below. The more information that comes out, the more confused I am getting, and less sense this case is making. Again, I am not accusing anyone of anything. I especially would not want to accuse a family member when their own child is missing, but this is a weird one. This is really, really a strange one. And the fact that there is not one piece of evidence, they haven't found one thing of Sebastian's, really makes me wonder what happened here. Where could he be? On top of that, I haven't seen anything about, a front door being left open, a window being broken, like something where he could have been kidnapped from the home. It makes me wonder, was the front door unlocked when she woke up in the morning? Because if it was locked, that would be weird in my opinion. Did he have his own key for the house where he would have, left and locked the door? But that would have created more noise if he did that. You think if you were trying to sneak off, you might just leave it open. It's weird. It's just, it leaves me with so many questions, this case. But my biggest question I have is, where is Sebastian? As always, once more information comes out, I will continue the conversation with you, because this is one of those cases where I am really invested. I really want to know what's happening here. I really want to spread the word on Sebastian being missing. As far as I've seen, Sebastian's father wants everyone to continue to talk about his son being missing so that we can continue to spread the word together. So if you're able to share this video, his missing persons flyer, any content you see on Sebastian, any articles, anything you can share, please do so. And let's try to get some answers for this family. I hope the next time I get on here, I have some better news, or we have some more information that is, farther along. But for now, this is all we really have. As always, I hope you all stay safe out there. Lock your windows and doors, and I will see you in the next video.
Okay, here's another video. Oh, and also I want to say a couple things before we move on to the next video. To my subscribers and to anyone who is not subscribed, please click the thumbs up and like and subscribe if you haven't. And also, I'm going to share my I'm going to drop my PayPal link. If you would like to donate, that is very much appreciated, but as well, you do not have to at all. Again, it's very much appreciated if you guys do donate, but it's not expected whatsoever.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete...
How can a teenager disappear without a trace? It is a question that has baffled the most seasoned of investigators for a year and a half. That's how long it's been since Sebastian Rogers vanished from his Hendersonville home. Nick Barris tells us in that time, the FBI has been able to disprove two theories.
So many have closely followed this case and continue to ask and hope for updates. The FBI just issued a full synopsis of where things stand today. Sebastian Rogers disappeared from his Hendersonville home on February 26, 2024. The 15-year-old with autism did not take any clothes, shoes, money, food, or his cell phone. His mother only reported a small yellow flashlight was missing. A massive search, including TBI and Sumner County Sheriff's investigators, covered a 4.5-mile radius around Sebastian's home. That's roughly 44,000 acres, and no sign of the teen.
This is the system that we use to track all of our searchers.
The FBI says agents have now followed through every one of the hundreds of tips. However, they have yet to produce any solid leads. Several months have indeed passed, but Sheriff Eric Craddock has said,
"It's not a cold case. It's an active and ongoing investigation."
The FBI now does disprove two theories. One involving security video, which I obtained early in the investigation, showing what appeared to be lights outside Sebastian's home the night he disappeared. Agents say the dark sky and camera angle combined had distorted the security footage, and lights were actually from a truck away from the home. They have also now debunked a theory that a person in a green hoodie spotted near Sebastian at a restaurant before he disappeared was in any way involved. The Amber Alert for Sebastian does remain active, and the FBI is offering $50,000 for any information that leads to his whereabouts. They do encourage the public to continue to call in tips to 1-800-TBI-FIND. Nick Barris, News Channel 5.
Nick, thank you. And when he disappeared, Sebastian was 5 feet, 5 inches tall. He weighed about 115 pounds. He has brown hair and eyes that look hazel or brown.
So that's another video. We're not gonna watch the whole thing, but I just want to show this.
How you guys doing today? It's Anthony Ganji. Welcome to another episode of Terror Talk. Guys, we're going to talk about the Sebastian Roger case. You know, December 7th, 2025, he will be 17 years old. He's been gone for almost 2 years. Disappeared somewhere between February 25th and February 26th of 2024. This is his mom, Katie, on my right. And that's his stepfather, Chris. They're the Proudfoots. And this is his real father, Seth Rogers. Biological. There he is with Sebastian. This is an extremely complicated case because it's like this boy just disappeared from the face of the earth. And then you got a family that's just more divided than they already are. Scandals between the investigators. And nothing has brought us closer to what has happened to Sebastian. So today, we're going to tell a story, bring some awareness back into the mix. I've done my research, so this is a little bit lengthy, but it has to be told. And as I said, his 17th birthday is coming up December 7th. So hopefully there's a reminder so people can just get themselves reinvested. I was watching another YouTube channel who said this is a cold case, but it's not a closed case. Difference is a cold case means they're still looking for leads, but it's still active. And obviously a closed case means it's closed. So on the morning of February 26, 2024, 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers vanished from his bedroom in Hendersonville, Tennessee. And nearly 2 years later, no one knows what happened to him. And the search for answers has torn this family apart. So let's take it back to February 26, 2024. So start like any Monday. And any Monday in the Proudfoot household in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Katie Proudfoot walked down the hallway around 6 a.m. to wake her 15-year-old son up for school, just as she has done many times before. Time to get up, Sebastian. She said it as soon as she entered the room. And normally Sebastian would turn and look at her, maybe groan a little, the way teenagers do when forced or when faced with another school day. But this morning was different. Sebastian didn't turn. He didn't groan. He wasn't there. Katie's first thought was logical. Must have gotten up early for breakfast. But as she searched the house, checking the kitchen, the living rooms, the bathrooms, that logical explanation evaporated. The panic that replaced it was unlike.
Okay, we're going to find a different video because this doesn't show much. Here we go. Okay, that's not a good one. Here's one. March 22nd, 2024.
Hi. Play for Michelob Ultra?
Brace you for an ultra?
Don't forget, there's Ultras on the line.
Woo! I didn't.
Michelob Ultra, a superior light beer worth playing for.
And I'm going to drop her link in the chat. I think he's been collecting his paycheck this whole time and doing nothing. But he was doing it for family reasons. No, the email one you can, but I'm quite sure for messages in the list. Yeah, you don't want to. Okay. Yeah. You'll have to change it. J is for justice. Please do not strike me. I just put your link in my chat.
Hey everyone, I had a request to get this flashlight video from the Sebastian Rogers case out. So I wanted to let you guys know a little bit about it. So this was put out by Nick Barris of News Channel 5 there in Nashville. And he gives us a brief explanation of what we're seeing in this video. You're going to see two subjects, and then you're going to see that they're labeled, and then you're going to see a screenshot where I show you this camera angle is facing the back of Sebastian's house. So this came from a home behind them. So the flashlights or the light sources move in and out of bushes, and you'll see he explains it well, but I wanted to give a brief introduction to what you're going to see.
You see two light sources, which we've circled to help you follow. For point of reference, the security camera was pointed toward the back of Sebastian's home in a common area. In the video, you see subject 1 with a light source in the lower right-hand corner. Then you see subject 2 briefly appear and move toward the first before that light source is covered or obscured by bushes.
Okay, so you guys, you guys watch subject 1 and subject 2.
Subject 1, a few seconds later, then moves out of frame. Then subject 2 reappears and follows subject 1 off screen. It's a short time later, and it's very vague, but then you see one of the subjects moving quickly back through the common area, and that is it.
Okay. Here you go. This is exclusive story that just led. Okay. So we're going to watch this. Guess we can't. No. Yeah.
You want to add some herb for creativity?
Not this time.
For moderation tips, go to CannabisSense.ca.
I'm gonna get a
Prototype.
prototype. The hardest thing.
It has been 453
days since now 16-year-old Sebastian Rogers vanished from his home in Hendersonville. His disappearance sparked national headlines, but now his father says the case is losing momentum. With National Missing Children's Day coming up on Sunday, he is raising his voice and demanding urgency. News 2's Caitlin Quisenberry is outside the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, where Sebastian's father made an emotional plea today. Caitlin.
Sebastian's biological father, Seth Rogers, was deeply frustrated when he spoke with me. He fears the case is going cold.
My son's been missing for 15 months, and they don't care.
Sebastian disappeared in February last year. He was just 15 years old. Initial search efforts involved local police, the TBI, and the FBI. But those physical searches have since shifted to focus on the investigative side. The last press conference on the case was more than a year ago.
I would love to see them actually conducting more searches. I'd like to have some communication on the tips that have come in just with me, so that I know that when a tip comes in, I'm not following up on what job they're supposed to do.
Seth says only one detective is actively assigned to the case and that he is often left to chase down the same leads, also sent to law enforcement.
We need more than just one set of eyes on this case, but it all falls on my shoulders to ask people to help find my son. My son means something to me. These people should be doing their job.
In his push for progress, Seth says he's reached out to lawmakers and is even drafting federal legislation aimed at reforming how child protection agencies and the Amber Alert system handle missing children's cases.
It's a federal oversight law on places like CPS, DCS, the Amber Alert, getting it redone and taking it out of people's hands that don't care about the children.
According to the FBI, an estimated 460,000 children are reported missing in the U.S. every year. Seth says every one of those cases deserves attention, including Sebastian's.
A parent demands answers. We demand answers because our heart is missing. He is my world. I need him. I need him back with me.
We reached out to the Sumner County Sheriff's Office for a statement. They assured us this case remains a top priority and said in part, please know that behind the scenes, a tremendous amount of work has been done and will continue. Some aspects of the investigation are not visible to the public due to the sensitive nature of the case. Sebastian's family continues to ask for the community's help. If you know anything about Sebastian's whereabouts, you're asked to call the Sumner County Sheriff's Office or the TBI. Those numbers can be found on our website at WKRN.com. Live in Gallatin, Caitlin Quisenberry, News 2.
So, have you guys noticed so far how Sebastian's biological dad, Seth, has been mostly the only one that's been on the news talking about his only son, but CP and KP have not really been doing anything about Sebastian. It's very heartbreaking. We're gonna find another video.
Want to add a little extra herb tonight?
For moderation tips, go to CannabisSense.ca.
Again, J is for justice. Please do not strike me.
The hardest thing is to get started.
I'm using
You have
commentary.
to get it on
Please don't
paper.
worry.
15-year-old Sebastian Rogers.
He always was smiling. Sebastian, a ray of sunshine.
Just a fun, loving kid.
from the halls and class.
Okay, just wait. I don't know what's going on.
Rooms at TW Hunter Middle in Hendersonville.
He has a great sense of humor. He loves people. He loves animals.
So talented.
He's just somebody that you would think is very typical, and you might just see him like walking around, and you would have absolutely no idea that he had any type of deficits at all.
Plea for information as the desperate search for a missing Sumner County boy intensifies. Unfortunately, there is still no sign of 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers, despite exhaustive efforts.
Rogers' relatives declined to speak to the press, but did share a statement through the TBI on Wednesday evening. Understandably, there is interest in hearing from friends and family to help provide more of a personal context about Sebastian. However, we have been requested by the family to let local media know that they are not in a position to speak to or be available to the media at this time, the statement said. In order for him to do something that's out of the normal.
It's strange still how there's nobody. How people said that there was someone with a flashlight with. And this was in the night that he went missing. I could be wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong, anyone in the chat. But it's wild. This whole thing is wild. Like, where is Sebastian?
Something would have had to happen, that he felt like he just couldn't deal with it anymore. Mr. Rogers told WTVF in his first interview during a prayer vigil on Sunday. Emergency Management Agency Director Ken Widener added that since Rogers' disappearance, search dogs have not been able to pick up a scent, and said search teams have covered approximately 2,000 miles. Officials said Monday, March 4th, they plan to scale back the ground search operations for the boy and plan to transition to the investigative side of the case, adding they have, quote, no reason to believe the teen isn't alive. A Kentucky landfill was searched on March 7th, but no leads or evidence were found. Detectives have reported no sign of Sebastian on any ring or trail cameras, by witnesses, or tracking dogs. Officials were hesitant to talk about his shoes. What I can say is his mom says all his shoes are accounted for at the house. I'm not going to say that he's barefoot, Craddock said. The search included helicopters from THP and Metro Nashville Police, a TBI fixed-wing aircraft, 12 canine teams, and more than 10 drones. There were 8 mounted horse units searching Monday and 10 out on Tuesday. Crews are on horseback at Drakes Creek near Beach High School looking for 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers, an autistic teenager at the center of an Amber Alert who has been missing since Monday. We've actually utilized tactical teams, SWAT teams, and night vision that our operators have, and they've been in the field for many hours at night time. Statistically, he should be within 0.3 of a mile of his house, and we searched that heavily. We searched it heavily, and we searched it again. We expected that, but we keep expanding our search out. The Amber Alert for Sebastian Rogers remains active. Anyone with information.
So, since the case is still open, what I want to know is, I believe that Sebastian is still alive. There is no doubt. I still believe he is alive. But at the same time, what I want to know is if this case is going to turn into a cold case, or if it's going to be a closed case.
Call 1-800-TBI-FIND or send an email to tips2TBI@tbi.tn.gov.
Let's watch this one.
Starbucks by Nespresso by you.
The opinion and fact, the context and clarity. The Globe and Mail. What shapes your world?
There is renewed hope in the search for a young man named Sebastian Rogers. He's a teen from Tennessee. He is just 15 years old and he is on the autism spectrum. And he was reported missing on February 26th from his home in Hendersonville. That is in Sumner County, Tennessee. Sebastian's mom says that he was gone when she went to wake him up for school that day. Police say there has been no evidence of foul play and the family is cooperating. Authorities have scoured miles of land looking for Sebastian, but there are no leads to this point. There was a recent picture that got the family's hopes up of a teen resembling Sebastian. It was circulating on the internet. Sebastian's dad was hopeful it was him. However, it turns out it is not. That picture is a fake, an AI-generated image, according to the sheriff's department. Now, in early April, law enforcement said that they were still actively searching for Sebastian. And at this point, they're not ruling anything out.
Enforcement has not, drawn any conclusions. So we need to keep hope up and keep praying for this young teen and his parents and his dad
And another thing is, with his mom saying he went to go wake him up the next morning for school. I don't really believe that that's what she did. I believe he had already went missing before his mom went to go wake him up. In my opinion.
he's going to be found. We just got to keep the faith.
Meantime, volunteers with the United Cajun Navy also joined in this search early on at the family's request, but they pulled back after they started receiving some threats. I spoke with one of the members of that search group about the unusual challenges they have faced looking for Sebastian.
The threats have been coming both in person, by phone, and also online. So we have multiple places that we're dealing with this, but we have turned over information to the local authorities so they can take action.
In the meantime, Sebastian's biological dad, Seth Rogers, says he hopes the FBI gets involved in the search for his son.
I don't know what to believe. I mean, all I know is that he has disappeared out of his mama's house, and it's my job to find him and bring him home.
What happened to Sebastian? Joining me now is former FBI agent and News Nation law and justice contributor Jennifer Coffendorfer. Jennifer, the timeline of this case is peculiar. The circumstances
around it. The police say no foul play. What stands out to you at this point in this investigation?
Well, I think what stands out to me is, Marnie, it's been 2.5 months. And not only do we not have any signs of life regarding Sebastian, we also have no signs of foul play. So basically, at this point, it seems like he vanished. And that's very peculiar in a case like this for 2.5 months to go by with really no clue.
So that's basically what some of the videos that I just showed, which I don't want. I'm going to be sharing some more on Monday. Now the flashlight theory, it wasn't really flashlights. It was headlights of a truck up on the hill on the road. So, that's how come they thought it was flashlights. But it wasn't flashlights. It was headlights from a truck, I believe, on the road at the top of the hill. But tomorrow we're going to do a hangout stream. If everyone is okay with that. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to do a hangout stream tomorrow, and put a 2 in the chat if you don't. Okay, sounds good. What does everyone think of this case so far? Like, what is your guys' opinions and thoughts on this case? What do you guys think about this case? Do any of you guys think it's a confusing case, or do you think it's a very strange case, or what are your guys' thoughts on this case? And again, if you can, whoever is in the bushes, whoever is watching, and whoever is in chat, please click the thumbs up and like and subscribe if you haven't. It's very much appreciated. Yeah, so that's basically why I did the flashlight stream today, because I wanted to show you guys what the flashlight theory was about, and that this flashlight theory was not actually flashlights. It was two headlights from a truck. Which I'm surprised that people were thinking that it was a flashlight when it wasn't, in my opinion. But I just hope that Sebastian can be found. This is why I'm doing these streams, to say his name out there, and to spread their awareness out there. We will be talking about other cases as well, don't worry. But I just want to stick with Sebastian's case for a bit longer. And I hope any of you guys do not mind that I'm sticking with this case for a bit, just to spread his name out there. And you know what? There's other cases that I will be talking about, but if Sebastian can be found soon, I will be really happy. But to all of my subscribers and my moderators, I absolutely appreciate all of you guys for sticking with me through this, and for being a support to my channel. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to drop a couple links in the chat. Here's one link. Go subscribe to her if you haven't, and as well, there's also this one. And for those that are watching in the bushes, here is Lolly's link. Whoever is not subscribed to Lolly, please go subscribe to her. She's also a really good YouTuber that talks about cases, and I think you would enjoy her as well. And also, here's 2 more channels. And whoever is new to my channel and whoever is new to any of these channels, go like and subscribe. Here's another channel. And also, here's one more channel. And also, I would like to say thank you to my subscribers in chat and anyone who is watching out in the bush, wherever you are. I would like to say thank you for watching, and until next time, peace. Have a good night, everyone. You're welcome, Jacob.